Hello everyone, Coach Carole here with you on the 4th of January for more of my January live casts and giving you tips on how to preserve your family history. So far we've looked at how you determine your why you're writing your story. Then we looked at how to define your who. Which ancestor are you going to write about? And then we looked at how you're going to structure the story. What are you going to talk about? Today's tip is all about what sources you can use to help tell your story. Now, by sources, I mean all those wonderful pieces of memorabilia that you may have about your favorite ancestor or in your family history archives. Do you have photos? Do you have documents, letters, registers, certificates, even oral histories? These are ideal starting places for telling your story about an ancestor. Just this week I heard from a cousin who is sending me some handwritten memorabilia from his father from the 1920s through to the 90s. I'm so looking forward to reading that recollection of his life in that era. I have letters from my sister, and I have memories of her and her collections of memorabilia in scrapbook form that she did for many years. And I wrote and spoke about her in a digital story. I'll put a link to that. It's on YouTube. So there are so many ways you might start your story. There's a great little tip that I will send to you that I found in this website called picturethisorganized.com, the family history album. And it's a blog post about how to tell your family history in a keepsake photo album, something that you might want to consider as an alternative to telling a story. And in that, the writer, Julie Kessler, gives you some valuable information and advice on how you start by gathering and assembling the photos. So that's what prompted me today to say to gather your sources. Put them aside. Maybe you've got them in a box beside you as you write, or if they're on your phone, or if you already have a blog post with those pieces of memorabilia, keep them handy as you tell your story. I also have a course in digital storytelling which may be of interest to you, and I'll put a link to that at the bottom of the notes to the video. Digital story is still popular. Digital storytelling consists of usually someone's voice, your own, a set of photos or other memorabilia, and a story to string them together, and usually 3 to 5 minutes long, and then created as a video that you can share with others. So this is another way you can tell your story. So this is tip number 4. I hope you've enjoyed this brief look at a few tips about how you can use different sources to tell your story. I'll be back again with more tips in January for you to preserve your family history.